Hi, everyone. Welcome to CRN In Depth. I'm your host, Rachel Espaillat. In this weekly series, we dive into the biggest CRN story of the week with the fellow CRN reporter who covered that story. On the heels of speaking to dozens of partners at Dell Technologies' North American Advisory Board meeting last week, the company's Co-COO, Chuck Whitten, talked to CRN. Now, during the interview with senior editor Orion Johnson, Whitten said Dell's commitment to the channel is unwavering. On this week's episode of CRN In Depth, Orion joins me to dive deeper into that conversation. Thanks so much for joining me, Orion.
Thank you very much, Rachel. Great being here.
You and Chuck talked about a lot of things, from Dell's go-to-market strategy to assuring partners during the economic downturn. What would you say were the top points he made during that conversation?
He wants partners to know that Dell is really focused on their business and growing their business and growing with them. Partners have an immense amount of strategic importance to Dell as they move forward and drive revenue through the channel.
Yeah, he has a very interesting business background. What would you say has been the impact since he's making partners such a focal point for Dell?
It's a real interesting background. He went to Rice University, studied mathematics and history, and then he went to Harvard for an MBA. He worked at Bain, which is, I think everybody knows about Bain, whether they've heard of the company or some of the more famous folks who've been through there, like Mitt Romney or John Donahoe, who's the CEO of Nike, who was the CEO of ServiceNow. He's somebody that brings a lot of intellectual heft. He brings a lot of business acumen to the table. So I think it's a really exciting time to be a Dell partner.
With many, still adjusting to the multi-cloud environment, how is Dell helping partners adjust?
A lot of it is focused around Apex. Apex is their cloud service. It's a product that just reached $1 billion in ARR this year. That when it comes to multi-cloud, Dell is positioning itself as the answer for enterprise all the way down to SMB.
Chuck, he said during his interview with you that their commitment to the channel is totally unwavering. What is Dell doing to show that commitment to the channel?
I think a lot of it is going to be around partner support. They have a really robust partner ecosystem. And now this year, I think, when you're looking at partners, they're talking to vendors about some of the real macro issues that both our partner and the vendor are dealing with. And I think Chuck, you talked about that a little bit and trying to help partners direct their messaging to the end customer. These tech CEOs are talking to solution providers, to MSPs, to their systems integrators about how to handle what's coming and to remind them that technology is often the solution to the problem that they're facing when it comes to some of these economic issues.
Orion, thanks again for joining me.
Thanks a lot, Rachel.
For more news and coverage, you can head to crn.com and stay tuned to CRN TV for the next episode of CRN In Depth.